What's up guys, it's Mugiwara Reviews here, and today I will be reviewing on One Piece chapter 613. Originally I was gonna do my webcam, but my webcam didn't work, so that's the end of that. I'll try to make it work later. So let's just go ahead and go with the review. The chapter title is called The Mermaid Princess in Koukaku Tower. This cover page is just marine eagles, I presume, or newspaper eagles, just carrying a newspapers and delivering it to peoples, and yeah, that's basically. And in the sea, and they're delivering all the wingles, or pelicans. Yeah, pelicans, most likely. Oh, sorry guys, I think it's whatever, it's one of those birds in the sea. Seagulls, yeah, seagulls. Whoops guys, I just forgot all my vocabulary. So it starts off with that big fat guy called the giant tiger fishman. He's the big guy we met before we entered, and the Kraken actually defeated him, and he got scared. And we see Van, let's just call him Van. I think his name is whatever, let's just call him Van. I think his name is Vander Decken, but we'll call him Vander. So we see Vander right here, and he's carrying an axe with a rose, and he's throwing it to the air somehow, and it came back. So it's like a boomerang or something. But he says no, and all his crew members say you completely missed. But he answers back, you morons! I never miss my target. I think, boho! And after he goes, I never miss my target, he tells about where he's throwing it, and he's saying the beautiful woman is Shirahoshi, which is the princess mermaid, the mermaid princess. And he says, you must pledge your love to me or die. So basically, if she says you want to love him and all that, the axe will probably not hit him or something. And we go back to the next page, and we see the conversation back with Luffy, and in the Koukaku Tower, which is where the Princess Shirahoshi, I think it's called, is there. She's crying, making very loud music, going wah father, and shouting to her relatives and all that, saying, a human is in my room, attempt to take my life. And then Luffy's like, I didn't know it was your food, and she's crying hardcore shit and all that. And then next page we see the axe that Vander threw, and the mermaid princess stopped crying, and Luffy saw it, and since Luffy's really powerful, he actually stopped the freaking axe with his bare hands and feet. And it was really large. It was around, let's just say 10 times, or maybe that's exaggerating, but at least 5 times larger than he. No, that's way too. No, let's just say 7 times larger than him, and he blocked it and threw away the axe and saved the mermaid princess, and it went the other way. And then you know how princesses, the servants came in right after that and goes, Princess Shirahoshi, are you alright? And this seahorses after all. And then the princess is grateful for Luffy and hides him and asks what's the problem and all that. And yeah. And then it goes to the next page saying, because they captured all the Straw Hats, saying suspicious of kidnapping and regarding the missing mermaid, and since they are the indefinite dangers of the future of this island, which Madam Shirley just showed, and about the kidnapping, which is actually the Swamp Man, but Karibo, whatever the guy's name. And they said they captured everyone and all that, and they said and then they mentioned that Luffy's hearing all this, but luckily he doesn't do anything, so he doesn't get angry and all that. And then the horse fishes say, 5 minutes have already passed, I must be going now. And he goes, and then they left, and then the mermaid princess says, thank you very much, and I would never imagine you were the one who saved Megalo. Your name is Luffy-sama, I assume. And then he talks about if pirates are bad people or not, and all that stuff. And they said about the super strong guy who threw it out, he must be super strong. And then he said, they talk about the explanation about how he had the Mato, like a curse or something, called the target fruit. it could be a cursed fruit or devil fruit, like whatever you call it, but I'm pretty sure it is. We can't say for sure, but yeah, and the princess does a little bit of explanation, and she explains it's been 10 years since she never stepped out of the tower, and then because Luffy's eating all the food while she's explaining all of her stuff and saying about the princess, about that all her soldiers can only stay in her room for 5 minutes and that's about it. And he talks about she tells he's the mermaid princess and all that, and do some conversation. It's more like a Boa Hancock conversation if you ask me. And then the mermaid princess says, "What big cheeks?" and touches Luffy's cheeks while he's eating, and then he gets really angry, and Luffy says, "I don't like you," and then he says to leave, and then Luffy cheers her up, saying, "Let's go out for a while, then let's go for a walk. If more things come flying, I'll just bounce them all away." Because she can't leave or she'll get hit, as shown before. Then he goes back to the epic with the front entrance of the Ruji Palace, and it shows the what's her name again? The one that wants to be a fashion designer, Cammy or something. And you see Nami, Brook, and Usopp killing all these fishermen because they want to actually capture them, and one of those right hand mermaid things tells King Neptune to use his power, and just as about he's gonna use his power, King Neptune is about to use his power. Zoro comes and uses his epic sword slash to actually block the freaking triangle, whatever it's called, whatever, the spear of King Neptune, and actually blocks it. Holy crap! And then Nami's like, "Zoro!" And then Usopp's like, "Weren't you in the prison?" And then Zoro's like, "I heard the sound of a party getting started, so I came out." Typical Zoro. And we go back to the Fishman District, Noah, and we see Vander going into Hoodie Jones, and they do this business, and they want to all do this thing. Crush the Neptune army, which lacks both Fishman and Mermaid pride. Take the head of the sea god Neptune, they say, and their aim is to the complete chaos of the Ruji kingdom. So I presume they're gonna do all this aiming, and then I think Cody Jones is excuse me, that just burped. Cody Jones is a merman, and I'm definitely sure Vander is a fishman, and that's the end of the episode. So yeah. So what I thought of the chapter, I thought this was an epic chapter. The mermaid princess was exactly the same personality as I thought it was. She wasn't, she's more or less like a Boa Hancock version, except she's actually a bit more nicer. If I would say, since Boa Hancock actually has the physical power to actually kill people, whereas the mermaid princess doesn't, and just calls for help. So the princess was exactly as how I interpreted it was, and we see Vandia, whatever it's called, Vandia Decken X1X, which is cool. I like how this plot's going at, how he has the target fruit, which will make it very hard for Luffy to protect. And I like how he made this little deal with her with the invitation, saying, "You must either pledge your love to me or die," which is quite a little bribe thing, and it's a little bribe thing, and saying you must do it or you will die. It's pretty much, I like the plot how it's going at, and I love it how the talk wasn't that exciting to me, but what I found the most interesting is actually Nami, Usopp, and Brook starting to fight. It would be really cool to see them. Actually, Usopp's even fighting, and Nami even. It'd be really cool to see what movements they have tomorrow, next chapter. And it's also cool how Zoro stepped in randomly at the nick of time, because I'm pretty sure Brook, no, Usopp and Nami were prepared, but Zoro had to block it. That was a pretty cool thing, and I like how they ended the chapter with going back to Vanderdecken and Sama, and they'd made a little agreement. I was not really sure if this was gonna happen before last chapter, but it looks like this will happen. So oh gosh, that was really epic. I'm very excited what holds in the next chapter. So overall, I thought this chapter was quite the chapter. Next chapter. Okay, what I expect next chapter. Most likely we see Luffy and the Mermaid Princess going out, and since probably all the guards are already fighting Nami and all that, and Luffy probably meets them at the end and they run for it, and the Mermaid Princess runs with them, and then they go, holy crap, why, and all that bad stuff, good stuff and all that. And we see probably Robin and Frankie, hopefully, and see them do a little bit of action fighting, even though we didn't even see Usopp, Brook, and Nami fighting. We just saw them owning the shit out of people. But yeah, that's what I expect next chapter. And probably a big rampage, and they probably destroy the palace at the end. I don't know myself. So that's my review on One Piece chapter 613. Peace out.